Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett with Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Thursday, December 19th, 2019, and we again find ourselves in the final hour of the trading day. I mention this each day, but in my opinion, the prices as close as you can get them to the close of the day, till the end of the market, are the most valid prices to make your buying and selling decisions from. And that is because during the day you have a lot of noise, you have a lot of confusion from the day traders and the algorithms. At the end of the day, you have the large financial institutions, you have the market makers coming in, positioning with size in the last few minutes of the day. And in my opinion, they're the most valid prices to make your buying and selling decisions from, because they are the most well informed, they have the most capital, they are professional, and they move the price at the end of the day. So I want to base my buying and selling decisions upon what they're doing at the end of the day. So anyway, I hope everyone is doing well. I appreciate everybody coming by. Always nice to see everybody. It's great that we have this nice group. There's a lot of things you could be doing each day other than watching this live stream, and so I really do appreciate you being here, and I hope the time that you're investing is paying off for you as far as improving your trading and your investing. So with that said, let's take a look at the markets real quick. Dow Jones is up 124 points. 0.44%. NASDAQ is up 52 points, give or take, about 0.6%, and the S&P is up 13 points, about 0.42%. So we're having a good day. We've had some great days in the last few days and this month for sure. It's been a great market, so always grateful for that. Evan is here. Hey, Evan, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well in Los Angeles, and thanks so much for coming by. Always great to see you. Toby Petty, what is going on, Toby? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here, my friend. Joshua, hey Joshua. Joshua says, afternoon, Greg, and all. Good afternoon to you too, Joshua, and thank you for being here. Santiago, hey, what's going on, Santiago? Hadn't seen you for a bit. Really nice to see you again. Appreciate you coming back and visiting us once in a while, and I hope you're doing well. All right. Well. Okay. So plan for today, as per usual. First of all, we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Second, we're going to come back, look at my current positions. We're going to talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, what I was thinking when I bought them, what methodology I was using to make my buying decisions, and why I bought them. And then most importantly, how I'm going to manage them either to the upside or to the downside. After that, we're going to spend a few minutes talking about some trader psychology topics. My opinion, most important skill that you can develop is getting a hold of your emotions, right? It's important to learn about technicals and entries and exits and indicators. Yes, it is important, but if and you use those to make yourself a plan. But if you cannot follow your plan, then really you have no chance in trading. So first, learn the basics, learn the principles, learn support and resistance, indicators, entries, exits, all that kind of stuff. But secondly, once you do that and you make a plan, then you have to work on following the plan. It sounds easier than it is, right? And in my opinion, the best way to stick with your plan is to position size correctly or conservatively. Think about trading for the long term. Don't have short-term expectations. Get yourself a plan and then follow it. And if you find that you're not following it, then you need to work on the skill of following your plan. So we're going to spend a few minutes on that. Then we're going to go down through my watch list. We're going to look at each stock. We're going to take a look at support, resistance levels, indicators like RSI and MACD and moving averages and RSI. The way that I view trading is I view indicators as potential groups of buyers. And if you want to buy a stock and have it go up, you need to be in the company of as many buyers as possible. So if I look at a moving average as a group of buyers, I look at a MACD crossover as a group of buyers, or I look at an RSI level as a group of buyers. Remember, more buyers, the better. So if you have one indicator lining up, that's one group. If you have three indicators lining up, that's potentially three groups of buyers. So I always like to look at trading. I like to look for a confluence of indicators or a confluence of buyers to come in. And in my opinion, that gives you a much better chance to have a profitable trade. So that's rule number one. Look for a confluence or combination of indicators. Rule number two, you have to make sure that even if you have a good confluence of indicators, that you have a good risk to reward ratio. You have to have more reward than your risk. It's a very important part of trading. You might have a great confluence of indicators, but RSI level may be too high, ATR channel may be too high, and then I would have to pass. So step one, confluence of indicators. Step two, make sure you have a good risk to reward ratio. And step three, make sure you do not have too many of the same type of stocks in the same kind of industries, right? I mean, for me, maximum is about two. Maybe I will have two technology stocks, but I'm not going to have three or four or five, right? I like to diversify, have some technology, have some healthcare, have some tobacco, maybe even outside of stocks, some oil and gold, bonds, something like that. So it's important not to put all your eggs into one basket. Spread your positions around. So that's very important. So I'll go through the list, and if I find a stock that meets all three of those criteria at the end of the day, I will go ahead and initiate a new position. Then after the market closes, we can do some questions and answers. If you have any questions for me, please let me know. If you'd like me to clarify anything that I discussed today that I was not clear on, please let me know. If you would like me to take a look at some particular stock symbols, and I'm happy to break the chart down for you and give you my honest and humble opinion, please do that. And by the way, if you would like me to take a look at a stock symbol before the market closes, if you think it would be helpful for the group to look at, please let me know, and I will do my best to break it down before the market closes. Maybe just put a little asterisk by it, or a smiley face, or a thumbs up, or something, just so I know it's kind of time sensitive and it's important that I take a look at it before the market closes. All right, so that's the plan for today. Not too bad, right? Okay, so if you could, hold tight for about 40 seconds, and I will be back after I run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. Guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? How about now? Can you guys hear me? Okay. Well, I was saying hello to everybody. I'm not sure that you could hear me, but real quick, Lolly, good to see you. Wade Foster. I mentioned talking about how much you need to trade with, and I don't think there's an amount that you need, Wade. I don't think there's a minimum amount. I think you can design a trading program with whatever you have. I know people that trade with millions of dollars, and I know people that trade with just a few $1,000s. So it just depends what kind of plan. There are certain plans you would need more money to have, and you could create another plan that's with a small amount of money. So I hope that helps. And Lolly, good seeing you. Say hello to Earl. And Pat, good seeing you. Clarence Beeks, good seeing you. Jesse, Frank says, hello, Greg and fellow traders, a poem. Buy low, sell high, on that you can rely, but stocks can be tricky and often defy. So learn when to buy and when to keep your powder dry. So I already mentioned this. If you guys are hearing this again, I apologize, but I think the sound was off. Dr. Long, good seeing you. We have quad witching tomorrow. All the options are expiring for the week and the month and the year. So we could have some volatility. Dave, good seeing you. From Denver, Christopher Hitchin, thanks for coming from the UK. Amount Solo, nice to see you. Mount Doji, good seeing you, my friend. And nice trade on WPM. We'll look at that. All right. And John, nice to see you. And Evan, and good to see you, buddy. Okay. And Roy B says Z, but I think we have the sound back. Yes, I'm back. Good. All right. Apologize about that. So, all right. Marco is here and Santiago is here. I already said hello to Santiago, but I don't know if you heard me. So thank you for coming. It's nice to see you. Appreciate you coming back when you can. And, Roy B. Okay. All right. Well, let's get to it since I burned a lot of time there. All right. But again, thanks for coming, everybody. I really do appreciate it. It's nice to see you. I really love our group. And I hope that, spending your time here, I hope you're learning something and it's helping your trading and your investing. So, all right, well, let's start out with Amazon. So I did buy Amazon back on the 17th of December. I bought it when we closed above the 250-day moving average. This is a good back-tested approach. It gives you a good risk to reward. So we did close above the 250-day moving average. As it moves up, I will continue to phase out. I'll see how it reacts around the 200-day moving average up here. But my initial stop on this is a close below the 250-day moving average. So we bought it. It jumped up, came back down, went down today. We are slightly underwater on the trade so far, but it is up today. But again, close will be below the 250-day. Just closing above the 250-day, does this mean it's going to go up? No, it doesn't. But with all trading, it's all about risk to reward, right? This is back tested to show that this is a good entry signal. It doesn't mean it wins every time. It loses a lot of times in a row, but the times that you do have winners, they can be big winners, and that's the important part of trading. So glad that it is up today. Beyond Meat. I did buy Beyond Meat back here on the 17th of December. I bought it because we had this nice V2. Here is day one. Day two washes out day one. Day three closes above day one. And why this is important, these V1s and V2s, is that here we have a low. The next day, the market went down, immediately reversed back up. And why is that important? Because the market already showed us that it tried to go down to those levels, but there were no more sellers down there. There were more buyers than sellers. So that is good time relevant information. It doesn't mean it can't go back, but it does mean that it just recently tested it, right? And that is what is important. In addition to that, we also rejected the negative 1 ATR channel, closed back into the value zone, and then we, tested pretty closely, or pretty close, tested this bottom. So we basically have a double bottom here with the V2. It's been a good trade so far. Moved up nicely yesterday, hit one profit target, hit one profit target today as well. Luckily, we hit it up here, about more than $1 higher. But I think I'm going to go ahead and get out of this trade. The blue line up here was the 50 RSI. That was my initial profit target. We didn't quite get to the 50, but we did reject the negative 1 ATR channel. Excuse me, the positive 1 ATR channel, and came all the way back. This is what Dr. Alexander Elder calls a bearish kangaroo tail, where we go down, we went up, we couldn't find any more buyers, sellers came in, came back down. So this has been a good trade. We bought here, under 30, over 30, we phased out. I got out here, wasn't doing anything, but we locked in some profits on this trade. We take another trade here, profit target, and so it did reject the 1 ATR channel. It had a negative kangaroo tail, could possibly have a bearish V1 to the downside underneath the 20-day EMA. So and we got very, very close to rejecting the 50 RSI. Remember, if you buy at the 30 RSIs, you're probably going to have some kind of resistance at the 50. So based upon that today, I am going to go ahead and just lock in profits. But it's been two nice profitable trades on Beyond Meat. All right, gold. I did buy gold back here on the 13th of December when the 5 crossed over the 20. The 520 EMA cross is a good back-tested crossover system to trade gold or stocks or whatever. And so I did buy it here at 139.10. It's just moved sideways. Yesterday it went down, actually formed a V1. We were already in the trade, so this is a good sign. We are profitable on the trade now, and I did hit one profit target up here at 139.47 today. So as this keeps moving up, I will continue to phase out. My stop loss on this will be a close below both the 5 and the 20, because that was the crossover that initiated the trade. So these crossovers allow you to have huge possible big runs, but always keep your losses small, and that's the key to profitable trading. So this one's doing nice today. All right, Philip Morris, been a great trade. I did buy this back here on the 5th of December. I bought it a pullback into the value zone. The criteria for this particular trade is we need to be above the 1 ATR channel. We need to come back into the value zone. Then we need to have some consolidation and move sideways. This is exactly what we're looking for. Above the 1 ATR channel, come back into the value zone, sideways movement, the longer the better, and then we need a trigger to get in. Well, our trigger was this nice V1 right here. Day 1, day 2, false breakout to day 1's low, and then reversal, or in other words, a V1. And you can see this has been a fantastic trade all the way up. We've been scaling. Almost got to the profit target today, 86.31, and it got as high as 86.24. So missed it by about 7 cents, but the day's not over. This has moved nicely. Once it moves a minimum of, at the very least, 1 ATR away from my entry, I start instituting a trailing stop. My trailing stop here will be the 5-day EMA. We had this big down day yesterday and reversal. I don't want to have to wait for it to go all the way back down here. So it has been respecting the 5-day moving average. And so if we have a close below the 5-day moving average, I will go ahead and just lock in profits. But it's been a great trade. SPY, all right. In case we have some new viewers today, I want to go over this quickly. I apologize to my regular viewers because they hear this all the time, but I do buy the SPY each day at the end of the day, and I sell it the first thing the next morning. Why do I do this? This is based upon a long-term back-tested study from Liz Ann Saunders at Bespoke Invest. Two options with this study. Option number one, you could buy the SPY every day at the open, then sell it every day at the close. So buy at the open, sell the close, buy the open, sell the close. If you would have done this every single day since 1993, for all that work, you'd have been rewarded with a negative 13.9% return. However, if you do the opposite and buy the SPY each day at the close, sell it first thing the next morning. So buy at the close, sell the next morning, buy at the close, sell the next morning. Every day since 1993, you'd actually return a positive 634.2% return. So this is a long-term back-tested study. It shows that this approach, the buying in the afternoon, selling in the morning, is far superior than the buy in the morning, selling in the afternoon. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. That is true, and that goes for any trading approach. But what I love about this chart, it shows you that if you have an edge in your trading approach, if you have a positive expectation in your trading approach, what it can do over time. Right? It has ups and downs in between, but in the long run, that edge will play itself out. Just like the casino, they have a very small edge in all their games. They don't win every day. They have ups and downs as well, but in the long run, with that edge, they always make money. So think about trading, not just how am I going to do today or this week or this month. Think about long-term trading. Think about this is just the next trade of the next 1,000 trades. I may have some ups and I may have some downs. It's going to happen. We're going to have drawdowns. They're inevitable. The best traders in the world have drawdowns. But anyway, so with that being said, I did buy the SPY yesterday at the close of the market here at 319.59, and I sold it this morning at 319.78. So another profitable trade. We've had a bunch of profitable trades on this lately, and some big ones, some really big ones, and did hit an all-time high using this approach again today. So I will be buying the SPY again at the end of the market and selling it first thing tomorrow morning. All right, AT&T. So thanks to Evan M for pointing this trade out. This is a good setup where, before we're talking about being above the 1 ATR channel, coming back into the value zone. This is the opposite. This is when you start below the -1 ATR channel, come back in, have a couple days down, day one down, day two down, then you have some kind of false breakout to the downside that reverses, or in other words, a V1 or a V2. So I did buy AT&T back here on the 10th at 38.06, had this nice V1, rejected all the moving averages below it, MACD went positive, and we closed above the 50, and this has been a fantastic trade. As you know, I phase out as things move my way. I need to play offense and defense, and that's me playing offense. Getting close to a profit target up here, 38.98, so about 11 cents away from this. So if we hit this today, I'm going to take a small percentage of my shares off, lock those profits in. To the downside, a close below the previous day's low or a close below the 5-day moving average, really whichever one comes first. So really nice trade, and I appreciate Evan pointing that out to the group. All right, lastly, I did buy the I did buy the VIX yesterday at 1523. We went under 30 RSI, back over 30 RSI. We went under the third ATR channel, back over the third ATR channel. We tested this previous low, pretty close anyway. This previous low down here rejected that and went up. Was it a good setup? I think so. The results that great? Not really. It's down 16 cents today, but my stop is a close under 30. So if it does close under 30 today, I will go ahead and just get out. But it should give me a small loss if I'm wrong. And you can see my profit targets up here at the 50 RSI. This is what a good risk to reward looks like. Enter here. If I'm wrong, maybe I'm wrong down here, lose this much. If I'm right, I have the potential to possibly make this much or more. So that is the only losing trade we had today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've had seven trades, and we've made money on 6 of the 7, which is good. By the way, I did mention this, but VIX is very volatile. That is why I only bought a 0.25%, not buying a 10%, not buying a 5% of my capital, but only a 2.5%. So just for the record, right? So, all right. Hey, Steve, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for coming by. Always a pleasure and always an honor to have you here, Steve. I'm always excited to see you here. I know everyone else is. To be able to have Steve Burns in our chat is just awesome. So thank you very much. And Steve says Beyond Meat has been a great addition to our watch list. I agree. I agree, Steve. At a good time as well. You know, Beyond Meat had this huge move up, huge. Everyone was excited, and then no one was excited. You know, very volatile up in here, but now down here, see this nice base we're building, this nice sidewards base? That's what I like to see. The volatility has been reduced, and it's starting to form a base, which is what I like. Evan says, love for you to look at D. Setup caught my eye. All right, let's take a look-see. Yeah, higher low V2. We closed below the 1 ATR channel. We rally up in. We actually had 1 day down. We had 2 days down. Today we have a V2 and really good V2. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 2. Washes out day 1. This is important again because it shows that no more sellers were down here. We ran out of sellers. Buyers came in. Now we have a nice V2. Looks like it's closing over the 50-day moving average. Looks like it's closing over the 50 RSI. Looks like it's closing over the 5, the 10, and the 20. And MACD just went positive here as well. So that looks really good. Let's put that up there and we'll watch that at the end. Let's look at the weekly. It's also, you know, it's always important to look at the weekly chart as well. Well, I like it that the weekly chart is in the value zone. If the daily looked really good, but the weekly was like way up here, you know, high second ATR channel or third ATR channel, that might concern me, but it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, I don't like this big bar and that we're stuck in the halfway of it, but you know, it does offer you a good risk to reward. My risk would be here, close below halfway of this washout bar. So risk this kind of risk, and potential reward maybe up to here, up to the previous highs, up to the 70 RSI. So it's a good setup with a good risk to reward ratio. Do we know it's going to go up? Nope, we don't. All we can do is make an educated guess, do our analysis. Is it a good setup? Was there some rejection of the price below? Do we have a good risk to reward? Yes, we do. And what do we do? Well, enter the trade. Define our risk, put the trade on. It's going to win or lose. And if it wins, great. If it loses, great. And just go on to the next trade, right? So yeah, I do like that. Oh, real quickly, let's take a look. So Alan is doing great here. He had a higher low V1 here. It's moved up nicely, 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 nicely. I believe he's still in the trade. I would use a close below the previous day's low. So that's a really nice trade, Alan. A man solo did buy this under 30, over 30 V2 rejection of the third ATR channel. This has been a really nice trade here. I think he was waiting for a close below the previous day's low or the close below the 50 RSI. Not sure if you're still in that or not, a man solo. I think you held it going into yesterday, if I remember. So nice trade there. Evan. So Evan bought AAP back here on the 17th with the close above the 200-day moving average. It held yesterday. Looks like it is failing today. So if I was in that trade, I would go ahead and get out because it could not hold the 200-day. So that's a bummer there, Evan. Mount Doji. We talked about this yesterday, this nice V1 entry here, move back above the 50, move back above all the moving averages, and it is up nicely today, a little off its high, but good job there, Mount Doji. And then I have here Evan demo trade. Oh, okay, this was Dollar General on this V2 entry. I don't know if Evan actually took it or not, but we did have this sideways movement, and then we did have this V2, and it has moved up nicely since then. All right, so we looked at D. Jesse like to look at CME. All right. So we have a bit of a double bottom here. We do have a V2. Here's day one, day two washes out day one, day three closes above day one's close at least. Have to watch this one, Jesse, because, you know, if it closed under the 50, I probably wouldn't take it. I'm a little concerned about the 50-day downward sloping moving average as well. Let's look at the weekly. I like the weekly. I mean, we are moving sideways. Sideways movement's going to give move to a big move one way or the other. So, you know, it's okay, but I would, the very least, I would want this to close above the 50 RSI, Jess. So let me know, okay? Okay, let me quickly do this, but this is the time of the day that I do like to spend some time on trader psychology. There's some really good Twitter channels and Facebook channels. They spend a lot of time and effort putting out good memes and trading words of wisdom. And you know, when I see something that I like to share it with the group because I think it'll be helpful. But this is from our friend Stephen Burns on Twitter. At S. Joseph Burns. And listen, if you haven't subscribed to Steve Burns, you are missing the boat. Seriously, you need to subscribe to him both on Facebook and on Twitter because he posts the best stuff in the world. He has a great website, newtradingu.com, where he has some really good courses. He has a video newsletter where he breaks down the markets 3 times a week. I subscribe to it personally. I think it's that important. I watch it every single time. But this doesn't have his name up here, but this is from Steve. But look, trading is tough, right? Up to 90% of people lose money trading. And why? Because there's 4 components of trading that you have to adhere to make money. That's why it's so difficult to make money. You might be really good at having good signals, but horrible with your discipline. You position size too large. You don't read price action. But in order to be a good trader, guys, and be successful, you have to have a balance. You have to have these 4 different attributes. You have to know what a good signal looks like. You also have to position size correctly. You have to be able to read price action, just like on Beyond Meat, right? I took the signal, everything looked good. I don't like the price action today. So that is price action. And then of course you have to have discipline. I talk about discipline all the time. So you need these 4 virtues to be able to be a good trader. You need to understand what a good signal is, right? You need to, you know, that's looking at technicals. Of course, you need to position size correctly. The most important thing in my experience, price action. You have to be able to read price action to, you know, red flags and so forth to get you out of a position. And you need to have discipline to follow it all through. So, you know, Steve, if there's one meme here that size, you know, that really speaks to what it takes to be a profitable trader, you need all 4 of these. You need good signals, position size, be able to read price action, and discipline. So thank you, Steve. Appreciate that. You guys should print this out, paste it on your computer, and look at it every day because you can't do it without all 4 of these. You can't be good at 3 and not be good at 1. You have to have all 4. So let's strive towards that, huh? All right, so McDonald's. Well, we have a higher low V2 here, Mount Doji, but day one is larger than 1 ATR, and also looks like we're rejecting the 50-day moving average, and also in my opinion, the trigger price is too high. Remember, I don't like to take anything higher than 3/4 from here to here. So about here would be my maximum. So me personally, I would have to pass on this trade. Day one is too large. The entry price is too high in the channel, and we've rejected the 50-day moving average. I think day one. I mean, we have a higher low V1 here, but I think day one is too large. See, from here to here is an ATR. This is larger than one ATR. I mean, we do have a V1. We're closing over 50. We're closing over these other moving averages. I understand, but with my particular approach to trading, day one's bar cannot be larger than one ATR, and this is. Dr. Long says sold 90% of NXST. NXST. Whoa. Very nice, Dr. Long. I'm glad to see that you're scaling out of that and giving people shares when they desperately want to buy them at higher prices. We're getting close to the third ATR channel. Remember, 90% of prices fail here at this level. So I think it's an excellent decision. I didn't take DG because I didn't notice it until after hours. Okay. Oh, that's right. That's why I put demo trade on there. Steve says Spice broke over the 200-day SMA but is overbought. Wow, look at that, everybody. Yeah, it's too high. It's just too high in all sorts of different ways. I don't even have a 200-day moving average on here. So I'm looking for a pullback into the value zone. As always, whenever I get up here, I can't buy. I want to buy that. I want to buy that first dip. Alan Bailey, hey buddy, good to see you. Thanks for coming. Rommel, hi, how you doing? Greg, any specific criteria for watch list? I'll tell you what, I will come back to that just because I'm running out of time and I need to get through the stocks today. But I will definitely get back to that. Okay, Rommel, and remind me too, because after the market closes, I can spend some time. All right, so I'm going to go through these pretty quickly because honestly, there's not a lot of things out there. Apple, too high, need to pull back into the value zone. It's overextended here, in my opinion, but it just doesn't offer a good risk reward. So pull back into value is what I'd be looking for, and value is between the 1 and the -1 ATR channels. All right, Adobe, also too high, need to pull back into value. Advanced Micro Devices, also too high, need to wait, need to be patient, pull back into the value zone. Amazon, we have, of course, going to keep this with the close over the 250. So this looks fine. We'll be holding that. Boeing did bounce here, but nothing. I don't see anything here on Boeing. Berkshire Hathaway, we had this big move up. It is starting to move down towards the value zone. So once it starts getting down here, I will take a look. Beyond Meats, of course, we did buy this here. It is still a profitable trade, and I'm glad that I got out of one profit target here today. I am going to be getting out of this at the end of the day. Got very close to the 50 RSI. We have a V1 to, negative V1 to the downside. We rejected the 1 ATR channel and lost the 20-day moving average. So this is what I'm talking about reading price action. I don't like this price action. I'm going to go ahead and just lock in the profits on this trade. Caterpillar in the value zone, but now I need some sidewards movement and then a V1 or a V2 trigger. Dow Jones, just too high, getting very close to the third ATR channel up here, so I can't do anything with this. Just need to wait for a pullback. Walt Disney, Walt Disney. Good example of why not to buy up here. Overvalued, wait for it to come back into the value zone, right? But nothing here right now. If it triggered a V2 tomorrow, I would consider buying it. Here's day 1, here's day 2. Today went below day 1. But if tomorrow goes above day 1 and with the rejection of the 20 and the 1 ATR channel, I would be looking to buy that, but nothing there today. Etsy, whew, big monster. I wanted to buy Etsy right here on a higher low V2, but it didn't trigger. And I followed my rules, unfortunately, right? And it just moved on up. But listen, when you follow your rules, sometimes you're going to be mad that you followed your rules. You're like, dang, I should have broke my rules. And then sometimes you're going to break your rules and it's going to go down. You're like, dang, I should have followed my rules. So there's no winning. There's no getting around this. Sometimes you're going to be unhappy that you followed your rules. Sometimes you're going to be unhappy that you didn't follow your rules. But that's just trading. Remember, you don't need a ton of big winners. You just, maybe need one a week or something to make things work. Facebook had this big dump and all the way back up. I'd need to pull back into value here. Gold, what happened? Okay, gold, of course this is a current position. We bought it with the 520 EMA crossover, hit one profit target today, is profitable, looking for a close below the 5 and the 20 as my trailing stop here. And I'll continue to phase out to the upside if it moves my way. Google, too high, waiting for a pullback into value. Goldman Sachs, looks like it rejected the third ATR channel. I would need to pull back into value. Home Depot, here's another one where I was trying to follow my rules. I needed to under the 200 back over, but the 200 was strong and that's where it held, but it didn't go down quite enough for me and I missed the trade. But again, that's how it goes, right? It's over the 1 ATR channel now. I need to pull back into the value zone. IBB has been moving, really moving sideways up here. We have a negative MACD cross under, but nothing here. So Intel, okay, so look, we have a higher low V2. We were under the 1 ATR channel. We came into the value zone. We came down. We had a couple days down. Here we have a V2. So, you know, is this a legitimate trade? It's a little high in the value zone, but still okay. But when I go to the weekly, look at this. We're at the second ATR channel on the weekly. I think the rubber band is pulled. So I'm going to pass on this trade. IWM, need to pull back into value. Johnson & Johnson, way too high. It's been a great run, but I need to look for some kind of dip buy back into the value zone. Coca-Cola, big down bar yesterday. I don't want to get involved with that. Lockheed Martin, big down day yesterday. We tried to come up, but that dang 50% Fibonacci resistance came into effect right here. So nothing on Lockheed Martin. MasterCard, need to pull back into value. McDonald's, we talked about that. I think it's too high to take here. Day one's bar was larger than 1 ATR. Altria, bearish engulfing candle to the downside. We went higher and lower. So nothing here. Merck, nothing here. Microsoft, strong today, but just too high. Needed to come back into value. Netflix, look at this. Holy smokes. This was a lot of resistance up here with the third ATR channel and the 200-day moving average, and it went through it like a hot knife through butter. So congratulations, anybody that has Netflix. This is fantastic, but does not offer a good risk to reward up here. Need to pull back into value. Nike, same thing, too high, pull back. Philip Morris, of course we have. We bought this down here. This nice V1. This has been a really nice trade. Phased out, phased out. My trailing stop will be a close below the 5-day moving average, or if we test the 70 RSI and reject it, I will exit up there as well. PayPal did hold the 200-day yesterday back up. It's just too high for me to buy here. Q's made an all-time high today. But just way too high, or 74 RSI. Silver, all right. Well, we have a 520 crossover on silver today, and we had a V1 yesterday, higher low V1 yesterday, and we have a 520 EMA cross today with MACD crossover. So I am going to be buying full position in silver today. So I will have gold and I will have silver. Right? Like my maximum that I'm going to take position wise of any type of industry is going to be 2. So this will be my max. So I will have gold and I will have silver based upon today's 520 crossover. So I will be buying that today. SPY, of course, I will be buying that as usual with at the close of the market. Bonds, we did have a bit of a rally here today. We did bounce off the negative third ATR channel. Looks like we're close to a V1. It's a 41.45 RSI. I'm going to be a little bit more patient, see if I can get a 30 RSI. Tesla, wow. I can't remember who yesterday said maybe, let's take a look at shorting Tesla. I was like, Tesla scares me. It would scare me to buy it. It would scare me to sell it. But we're at the 6 ATR channel. It is so rare that you can get to the 6 ATR channel. So my guess, now that we're here, we're pretty close to a top. Doesn't mean it's going to go crashing down, but what it means is, we might start going sideways. But it is very difficult. 90% of prices fail at the 3rd ATR channel. What percent fails up here? Maybe 95 or 98. But Dr. Elder, when prices start getting up into the 6 ATR channel, he likes to, he does what's called fading in extreme. So if it were down at the negative 6 ATR channel, he would start buying. If it's up at the 6 ATR channel, he would start shorting. But he does wait for it to show that it's on its way down first. So nothing on Tesla, but if any of you have Tesla, congratulations. Twitter has been doing very well, but it's over the 1 ATR channel. Need a pullback. UNH, it's been testing up here a couple times, way off of its high today, but again, pull back into value. Oil, getting close to that 3rd ATR channel, and so it should start finding some resistance there. But again, pull back into value. How's our VIX doing? All right, so our VIX holding. Okay, it looks like VIX is holding the 30 RSI so far. I did buy it yesterday with this V1 rejection of the 3rd ATR channel and under 30 over 30. Is down a little bit today, but I will continue to hold this unless this closes under the 30 RSI. Verizon was above the 1 ATR channel. Now we're coming into the ATR channel, which is the value zone, which is good. Now I just need a couple days sideways movement. V1, V2 as an entry to get in. Walmart, had a nice trade on this a little while back. We bought here, phase. Did get out yesterday because of the price action, but it was a nice profitable trade. But now that we're above the 1 ATR channel, now we're back into the value zone. Now I need some sideways movement. V1, V2, I'd go long again. Energy, just too high up here. Financials, just too high up here. Need to pull back to value. Real estate, look how real estate just bounced off of that 200-day moving average, huh? V1 and rejection of the 200-day moving average. That would have been the place to buy. Nice move back up. We were below the 1 ATR channel. We're back in the value zone. Now I need a couple days down and look for a higher low V1 or V2. Utilities, pretty high up here. Can't mess with that. And healthcare. All right. So it looks like, let's look real quick. So Amazon holding over the 250, everything good there. Beyond Meat, nice profitable trade, hit a profit target here. I am getting out today because of the price action. Gold, doing great, one profit target, keeping this as long as the price stays above the 5 and the 20 and phasing out to the upside. Philip Morris, fine, no problems there. SPY, going to buy that again. AT&T closed below the previous day's low, but this has been a great trade. And VIX, as long as it stays over the 30 RSI. So that is the plan, and it looks like the only thing I will be buying today is silver. So let's take a look. Sorry, I have these comments here, and I know I haven't got to them all. Okay, Rommel, I'm going to talk to you about the watch list after. Dr. Long says CME does well with big volume. Volume's not all that great on this V2. Currently, it looks like it's going to close above the 50. So let me know what you do with that, Jesse. Steve says, this is one of my favorite Venn diagrams I've created. Oh, sorry, I already closed it. But yes, the four different attributes need to be a good trader. Love that, Steve. Seriously, I love that. That's what it takes. Dr. Long, CMA does well on big moves. Frank says, to be fair, there are two things that are easy to trade: pushing the button and selling the button. That is true. That is pretty difficult. I mean, easy. That's the least difficult part. Jesse says, yep, watching RSI, currently 51.4 on mine, in value on weekly and consolidating on monthly. Oh, good job. I'm glad that you looked at the monthly as well. Nice double bottom forming on Etsy. Yeah, we had this double bottom with a bullish divergence. That's why I was really looking forward to taking this higher low V2 here, but at the end of the day, it didn't confirm, and so I missed it, unfortunately. Aman Solo, CMCSA. CMCSA. Okay, we closed below the 1 ATR channel. We rallied back into the value zone. We've had 1 day down, 2 day down, 3 day down, now a V2, right? Here's a day 1, here's day 2, here's day 3. Day 2 washes out day 1. Day 3 looks like it's going to close above day 1. And cherry on top, also rejected the 200-day moving average. Looks good. I like it. And you have a MACD crossover. Oh, 1 second. Katie is beckoning me. Come on, girl. Good girl. PTON. Well, we have a lot of sideways movement. We made a lower high. We washed out the previous low. Sideways movement. This probably would have been the trigger right here with this V2, but it didn't wash out very much, so I probably would not have taken that. I don't see a clear signal on this, but I do like the sideways movement. Aman Solo. It's moving sidewards. Remember, you have a lot of sideways movement. You're going to have a big move one way or the other. We just don't know when or what direction. Steve says, nice catch, Christopher. A break over the middle 4470 peak would trigger that pattern buy signal on Etsy. Oh, yeah. A break over this. Yep, that was a dang good trade. Darn unfortunate I missed that, but right, I stayed with the plan. I stayed with my filters and I didn't buy it. But in this case, you know, it costs, but sometimes I don't get in here and it goes crashing down. So it works for and against you, right? Wade Foster, hey bud. Wade says, when trading options with a small account, what type of trade stocks should I focus on? Well, you know, options are a tricky one, Wade. It depends what kind of options trading that you're doing, but I guess a quick answer on that would be, you know, what kind of stocks should you trade, focus on? Liquid stocks, liquid options that don't have a big spread between the bid and the ask. I'll get back to that one, Wade, just because I'm running out of time. Massive shorts in Tesla, I would imagine. Steve says, yeah, the short interest was huge before that Tesla run up. Built-in buyers. Yeah, when you're short, you have to buy to get out. Okay, let me take a look here and see. So we've got 3 minutes. Uh-oh. VIX is under. Looks like VIX is going under the 30 RSI, which in that case I would have to get out. Okay. So Amazon's rallying nicely. That's good. All right, so again, guys, only trade I'm making today is I am buying silver with the 520 crossover. I am getting out of Beyond Meat, and I am going to have to watch VIX here at the end of the day to see whether or not that's going to close over the 30, because right now it is under. Steve says, liquid options are what you should focus on, Wade. with the bid-ask spread, kill your account. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Something that's liquid, something that's not going to eat you up on the bid-ask spread. No, CSA was not above the 50. Wayne, K, what's going on, bud? Let's take a look at this for you real quick. AMRN. How are we doing on time? Okay, I have a minute and a half. So we were above the 1 ATR channel. We came back in the value zone. We held for 1 day, and now we have this V1. Yeah, this one's a little tough. I like the V1. I like the gap in reversal. I like the rejection of the -1 ATR channel. I would have preferred that we had one more day sidewards. You do have the 20 and the 5 and the 10 above you, which is a little concerning. Honestly, if it were me, I probably would not take the trade, but I could see how somebody could. It does offer a good risk reward, but I don't like this big downwards move there, Wayne. All right, so it looks like I'm going to have to go ahead and take off the VIX trade. Okay. And I will be buying the SPY, and will be buying and getting out of Beyond Meat as well. So buying silver, getting out of Beyond Meat. And I did get out of VIX. I just got out of VIX. Oh, now it's back over. Oh, great. Now it's back under. All right, there we go. There we go. So I did buy silver at 15.94. I bought SPY at 320.90. And that's that. So Beyond Meat, I did get out with the rejection of the 1 ATR channel. We got close to the 50 RSI, the close underneath the 20-day moving average. So nice trade, nice two good trades. Here, phase out, phase out, phase out, out, and then here, phase out, out. Okay. All right, we added silver at 15.94. Okay, right there with the 520 crossover. Also, what I do like too is see this high here. See how this high has two lower highs to the left, two lower highs to the right, basically a range. So we did go over the range. And in addition, we had that V1 yesterday, and now we have the 520 crossover. So we'll see how it goes, right? My initial stop on this is going to be a close below both the 5 and the 20. My initial profit target up there is the 70 RSI. And then SPY, little gain overnight, and we bought it again at 320.90. 320.90 right there. Okay, that looks like it. So listen, I'm going to get to the rest of the comments and a couple of them that I wanted to circle back to, but just real quickly, just want to put in my daily plug and let everybody know that I do offer private one-on-one coaching, teaching, and mentoring lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I've had really good success with my clients. I do offer a one-on-one course, 5 sessions, each session somewhere between 2 and 3 hours. I teach you everything I've learned over the last 24 years as a full-time trader, everything I've learned from all my coaches and mentors over the year, and things that I've developed. And so the course is $1,000. Might sound like a lot of money, but really what you get and what you're going to learn for that money, I think is worth a lot more than that. Honestly, I do. I say that with complete honesty. So if you're interested, please let me know. You can send me an email. The email is in the description of this video. You can also reach out to me on Twitter. Before we start the lessons, I do like to just have a free kind of get to know you call. Now, you don't have to, take the lessons for the Skype call, right? It's free. It's just to get to know each other. I want to learn a little bit more about you, your trading, your challenges, what your goals are. You can ask me any questions and just see if we're a right fit going forward if you want to take the lessons. So there's no obligation at all with the Skype call at all. So, if you're interested, reach out to me by email or send me a message on Skype and we'll set up, or on Twitter, and we'll set up the Skype call. It will be fun, right? But I think you will learn a lot. I'll help you put together a real trading plan, and I think you'll be able to use it the rest of your life. So there's that. And then also, if you like the channel and you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, I would appreciate that. And I really would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button today. Helps grow the channel, helps build the channel. There's a lot of people out there that I think would benefit if they could find the channel. So if you could, do me that favor, hit the thumbs up button, and let's hopefully get more people here and try to help more people. So that is my little plug for the day. I appreciate you hanging through me with that. So let's go back over to okay, where was the one that I wanted to talk about? Rama. Hi, Greg. Any specific criteria for watch list? Yeah, so the criteria that I have for my watch list, couple requirements. First requirement is I want all the stocks in there to be widely followed. I want these stocks to be followed by large institutions, right? You take a JCPenney or you take a small stock that no one's heard of. I'm not going to trade those kind of stocks because, in my opinion, the reason, or one of the reasons that the technicals work is because they're self-fulfilling prophecies. People look at these levels and they go, oh, it's getting to a level where I want to buy. Well, that only works when you have a lot of people watching those levels. So, and to me, it's very important to pick well-known stocks that are liquid, have institutional followings. And then after that, I like to have some diversity in my watch list. I don't want all tech stocks, right? I want a wide variety. Healthcare, oil, bonds, gold, tech. I want to have, like at the very beginning of the show, I said, you have to have a diversified portfolio. So you need to have a diversified watch list. So diversified watch list, big major stocks that people look at each day and trade and have institutional following. So that is the requirement for my stock list. Then of course I have all the major indexes in there, like the S&P and the Qs and the Russell 2000, IWM, oil, bonds, gold, and then big major stocks that everyone's heard of and follows. So I hope that helps. And then Steve was talking about liquid options are what you should focus on, Wade, or the bid-ask spread will kill you. Yes, exactly. Like SPY, Q, Apple. Same thing as on the watch list, right? Big stocks that have liquid products on their options. And Mount Doji says CMSCA. CMSCA. No, let's see. CMSCA. I can't remember now, Mount Doji, that maybe you typed that in wrong, or maybe I typed it in wrong. take a look here. CMCSA. CMCSA. No, it didn't close above the 50. I mean, would I take that trade? Yeah, I'd take the trade, right? Because it might go zooming right through the 50. But if it already had tested the 50 today and closed back below, I wouldn't take it. But based that it didn't close above the 50, I would like it to close above the 50. But I like this. I like this setup for sure. It's a higher low V2. Did close over the 10-day. Did bounce off the 50. MACD went positive. So did you take that, Mount Doji? Wade says, I only have like $1,000. All those are too expensive unless I'm missing something. Even the one-day contracts are expensive. What about Uber, GE, Lyft, Snap? You know, with the $1,000, it's going to be a little tough, Wade. You know, I only take, when I take positions, I take a 10% position size. So I'd have to, you know, if I had $1,000, I'd have to only be able to buy $100 worth of options. That's a tough one. I think Steve's right that, you know, the bigger ones, but you don't have that much. Honestly, I think I would use some kind of trend trading approach with your money instead and stay away from options. Options are tough, Wade. They are really, really tough. I think you'd be better off trading that $1,000, making a decent return on that $1,000, building up your trading account slowly. I just have a feeling you start $1,000 and you start in with some of these cheaper stocks. You know, it's tough to make money. It's tough to make money with options unless you really have experience what you're doing. Frank said, VXX always felt like buying the direction of the wind. Yes, well, that is what VXX is. I mean, you know, it has time decay, it has contango, it has all sorts of stuff. But I do like to buy the VIX at certain levels. And, you know, during this year, I think I've had 3 really great big trades on VIX. But, you know, I go into the trade thinking, okay, it's going to be a loser, right? And it was, but it was a small one. You know, it was a very, very small loss. And my position size, again, very, very small. But I might point out, though, that, I mean, we have made all-time highs today, but the VIX did not make an all-time low. And if we look at regular VIX, spot VIX here, or the VIX index, we have made higher highs in the indexes, did not make lower lows in the VIX. So there is a bit of a divergence here. So, you know, very small loss here on VIX, but if it closes back above 30, I will buy it again. Mount Doji says, do you think today's candle was too big for BC? Well, not that the candle's too big, but it's above the 1 ATR channel, Mount Doji. Remember, here's the 1 ATR channel, here's the negative 1 ATR channel. I don't want to buy more than 3/4 of the width of the channel from here. So right up here is about my maximum. Right? Now, I let that slide a little bit if I have a moving average crossover, but we don't have a moving average crossover. So it's not that the bar is too big, it's just where the bar ended up is too high. It's outside of the channel. Hey, Dr. Jorgensen, good to see you, bud. I will have a good hike. Thank you. Rommel says, yes, it does. Thank you. You are welcome, sir. Mount Doji says, yes, CMCSA below 50 RSI, but did jump over the 200-day. I like that downside risk is limited. Close below 200-day. The upside, 50, 100-day, and 1 ATR are bunched together. Yeah, I mean, I think it gives you a pretty good risk to reward ratio, and I really like that we had a V1 at the same time we bounced at the 200-day moving average, and I like that we have the crossover. I like it. If tomorrow we went up, rejected the 50, I would just get out. Win, lose, or draw, right? But if it stayed above the 50, then I would keep it. I would see how it reacted. If it kept going, I would see how it reacted around the 50 or the 100. Oh, you guys took it. Okay. All right. Alan took it. Mount Doji, did you take it? Who else took it? Oh, a man solo. Okay. All right. It's on. So name badges are up here. We're going to be watching this trade, making sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Dr. Long says, gold options a penny wide bid ask. Yeah, gold options are liquid for sure. I'm just concerned about somebody with $1,000 going in and starting to trade options. You know? Evan says, sold Apple, took D at 81.79. Oh, you did? All right. All right, so Evan took that. And I'm not exactly sure where Alan and Mansolo got filled, but I'm just going to put this here because that was about to close. So good luck, guys. Although luck has nothing to do with it. We have no control over it, right? You took the trade based upon the technicals, good risk to reward. Now you just have to manage it correctly. Mount Doji did not take CM. All right, so just Alan and Mansolo. Mansolo says, I was really split between CMCSA and PTON. PTON more volatile and didn't have the 200-day, so I went with CMCSA. I think that's a good way to look at it, Mansolo. I mean, if you have two stocks and you're really deciding between the two, go with the one that has the better indicators and the risk to reward. Dr. Long says, bought 40 calls for 23 cents today. Very low risk 8-day options. Was that on? Oh, that was on gold. Okay, so 8 days out. What was the strike price, Dr. Long? Were they at the money? Or are they out of the money? Imagine they're out of the money if they're 23 cents. It'd be kind of fun to follow your calls. But gold strong. We're under a crossover. We had a V2 today, so MACD is positive. So I would rather be long options than short options. Yeah. 40. You bought 40 calls. But what you're talking the amount of calls, right? Not the strike price. If we're talking about the same thing, because gold's 100 and, or are you talking 140 calls? And John, you took Comcast as well. 140 calls. Okay, makes sense. Good. Yeah, if we have a nice move up, you're going to do great. And they were cheap, like you say, 23 cents. So they expire in 8 days. So they expire right near the end of the year, right? And then, John, I see where you say Comcast. So I did break down Comcast, and Alan and Aman Solo took it. But when you say Comcast, John, does that mean you also took the trade? The 27th. All right. So we'll put this over here so we know that it's expiring on the 27th. So I hope it goes up for you, my friend. I have gold as well, as you know. So it needs to close above 140 in order for Dr. Long to make any money, right? And he's battling time decay and all this kind of stuff. That's what's tough about options. You have to pick the direction, and which is hard enough, and you have to pick the amount of time, right? But listen, we're under a MACD crossover, seems to be moving up, strong. I like it. Sorry, I'm just reading over the comments here. Wade, like I'm concerned starting with the $1,000 with options. I really am. I feel moved to tell you that I'm concerned about it. If you want to contact me on email or something, maybe we could have a quick call or something, and maybe I could try to give you some good guidance. Because it sounds like you want to start trading, but you need to be careful and so anyway, I just feel somewhat moved to tell you that. But if you want to contact me, we'd have a quick call. I'm happy to help. Dr. Long says settlement was 38 cents today. Okay, good. You've almost doubled your money on the options already. Well, we had a good day today. We had a nice day. We had a good day. I'm very, very thankful for that. Beyond Meat was kind of a bummer because it was up big earlier, but I did get out of it. It was up on the day, but yeah, everything was up today for us except for the VIX. So not too bad, 6 to 7. So real quick again, Amazon's doing fine. 250 is my initial stop. GLD, we did hit the one profit target. We used the 520 crossover. Philip Morris has been really great trade here. Just looking for a close below the 5-day EMA or a rejection of the 70 RSI. Silver, new entry today. 1594 based upon the 520 crossover. Closes below both the 5 and the 20. I will be out of the trade. Or if it continues to move up, I'll phase profit target of the 70 RSI. SPY, again, bought that at the close of the market at these hugely overextended levels, but it has worked out great and hit an all-time high using this approach today. AT&T has been a really great trade thanks to Evan. Appreciate you pointing that out, my friend. Looking for a close below the previous day's low. And then VIX took a small loss on this today with the close under the 30 RSI. But again, if it closes back above 30, I will take another swing at it tomorrow with the small position size, quarter position size. Mansolo, what is the back-tested site you use? Here, I'll pull that up for you real quick. So it's ETF Replay. So it's a great website. I mean, it is. I think it's $36 a month. But this is where I do my back testing. I really like it, and I'm using this. They gave me permission to use this. But if you guys want to take a look at a back test, let me know. But right here, etfreplay.com. All right. Does anybody else have any other questions? Please let me know. Or comments or anything. If you want me to, if we want to do a quick back test on something, we'll throw it in ETF replay. Let me know. Looking forward to tonight. I have a friend of mine's been a friend of the family for a long, long time, and going out to dinner tonight. PF Chang's, pretty sweet. I love PF Chang's. All right, so a man solo, thank you for coming, appreciate it, and it looks like we have you down for CMCSA along with Alan, so good luck on that, you guys. Dr. Long, thanks for coming today, I appreciate it, and hope those gold calls work out for you. We'll be watching that for sure. And John, good to see you, sir, appreciate you coming by, always nice to have you here. Mount Doji, good to see you, my friend, and nice job on your MPC trade today. Evan, nice to see you, and good luck on the D trade on the Dominion Resources. Nice higher low V2 there, though. Really, really good. And Alan Bailey, appreciate you coming. Rommel, hope that helps, my friend. If you have any questions, please let me know. Dr. Jorgensen, good to see you. I will talk to you later. Santiago, appreciate you coming by again today. Nice to have you here. Hope to see you again. Wayne K, good to see you, my friend. Hope everything is well. Frank, thanks for the poem. That was a great poem. It's always nice to have you here. It's always a pleasure to see you. Thanks for coming back. And Wade, like I said, I'm a little concerned with the $1,000 trading options. I really am. And, if you want to contact me, we can have a quick little call. We can talk about that. I think just here on this podcast, I don't think I can give you enough information. It might take might take a little bit of time, but I'm happy to do that. So Steve Burns, good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Please say hello to Holly. Give the dogs a pet for me. And thanks for everything that you do, my friend. And looking forward to your video newsletter tonight at newtraderu.com. Christopher Hitchin, good seeing you. Hope you have a good evening. Mr. Clarence Beeks. Man, Clarence Beeks must be getting old since Trading Places time, right? Made it back from Africa after he was shipped over there at the end of the movie. So glad to have you back, Clarence. Good to see you, Jess. Hope you're doing well. Please stay safe out there with your job, okay? And Roy B, it's nice to see you. Marco, my friend from Europe, hope you have a good evening. It's really great to see you every day. Appreciate you coming, Marco. And if there's anything I can do for you, please let me know. Miss Lolly, good seeing you. Please say hello to Earl for me. And it was fun hanging out with you the other night. And if I can help you with anything, when getting your accounts, we only live a couple blocks away from each other. So thanks again, Lolly. Hope you're learning something. I know this is a little bit more involved than what we discussed, but you'll get the hang of it. And just let me know if I can help you. Toby, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Always nice to see you. Joshua Kaufman, good to see you. Thank you. Gamer Squad David from Denver, good to see you. Let me see here. I think, and Pat O'Connell, nice to see Pat. Thank you for coming. And I think that's it. Apologize if I missed somebody, but I think I got everybody. But all right, listen, just on the way out, two things. One, make sure you go out and do something nice for somebody today. Just a smile or a wave or a hold the door. just something, right? You really may make a difference in somebody's day. It might seem really small to you. It may make a big difference in their day, and you may brighten their day like you wouldn't even imagine, right? So just try to get in the habit of doing something nice for somebody each day. It's a good policy. And then number 2, if you haven't hit the thumbs up button on the way out, I would appreciate it if you could do that as well. All right. Well, we got another one in the books. Thanks again for coming. Have a nice rest of your day. Be safe and be nice, okay? And hopefully we'll see you tomorrow in the last hour of the trading day. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.